Hi, I am Ian Beltranaginito, and I am with my two beautiful speakers.
I am Zara Jane Candido. I am Joan Toto.
Today, we will discuss about taxation but take a look on how taxation runs our life.
What are taxes? We live in a country together. As a country, we have decided that some things are important to all of us. For example, safe roads to travel on, good schools, clean water to drink, and services for people with disabilities. A long time ago, our country decided that the government should be in charge of making sure these important things happen. But making important things happen costs money. Paying teachers costs money. Building roads costs money. And services for people with disabilities cost money. The government needs money to pay for these important things. Since everyone needs these things, we all pay the government a small amount of money to cover the cost. The money that we pay the government is called taxes. There are many different kinds of taxes that give the government money for important things. For example, if a business makes money, it has to give some of the money it makes to the government. This is called a corporate tax. If you have a job and make money or income, you also have to give some of that money to the government. This kind of tax is called an income tax. If you buy something, part of the money you spend goes to the government. This is called a sales tax. These are only some of the kinds of taxes. There are many other kinds of taxes too. In addition to paying for important things like roads, schools, and police, taxes also pay for certain disability services and benefits that might help you every day. These include Medicaid or Medicare that might help you pay for health care, including going to the doctor or any medicine you might need. Social Security benefits that might help you pay for food, rent, and toilet paper. Low-income home energy assistance program that might help you pay for your light and heat at home. The Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, that might help pay for some of your food. Section 8 housing vouchers that might help you pay your rent so you have a place to live. Vocational rehabilitation services that can help you find a job. And protection and advocacy services that can help you get a lawyer if you are in trouble or if someone is hurting you. If the government gets less tax money, then the government might not be able to pay for all of these things. If the government gets more tax money, then the government might be able to pay for even more things. People sometimes argue about taxes. People disagree about what is fair and what the government should do. Some people think we should give the government less money, even if that means the government gives us fewer services. Other people think that the government should give us more services, even if that means we need to give the government more money. Either way, how much money we give the government in taxes helps determine the government's budget. A budget is a plan for getting and spending money. Anyone can have a budget. You might have a budget to keep track of how much money you spend on things you want or need. The government has budgets too. While state governments are in charge of budgets for one state, like Texas or Florida, the federal government is in charge of the budget for our entire country. The federal government uses its budget to decide how much money to spend on important things, like Medicaid, roads, science research to look for cures for diseases, and services for people with disabilities. The federal government makes a new budget every year to decide how it will pay for these things. During each year, the government spends the money it collected from taxes to pay for the important services we all need. To learn more about the federal budget and how it works, visit autisticadvocacy.org/budget for the other videos in this series. Produced by the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network.
Today let us discuss the taxation in accordance in Republic Act 7160.
Ang taxation ay proseso ng pagkolekta ng buwis ng gobyerno mula sa mga tao at negosyo para mapondohan ng mga serbisyo at proyekto tulad ng edukasyon, kalsada, opisina at iba pa. Walang gobyerno ang pwedeng gumalaw kung walang pondo, kaya ang buwis ay parang lifeblood ng gobyerno. Ang report na ito ay tatalakay sa papel ng buwis sa pamahalaan, lalo na sa local level, kung paano ito nakakaapekto sa pagbabudget ng gobyerno at ano ang mga hamon nito.
Definition and scope. Taxation. Ito ang mandatoryong kontribusyon sa gobyerno galing sa mamamayan at negosyo. Halimbawa nito, income tax na binabawas sa sahod ng empleyado. Pangalawa, charges. Bayarin tulad ng renta o fees sa paggamit ng mga serbisyo o property. Halimbawa nito ay ang bayad sa pag-upa ng public market stall ng LGU. Pangatlo, fee. Singil na itinakda ng batas o ordinansa para sa isang serbisyo. Halimbawa, health certificate fee para sa food handlers. And last, scope. Ang report na ito ay nakatutok sa local government taxation, mga uri ng buwis, kapangyarihan ng LGU at exemption na naayon sa Local Government Code of 1991 RA 7160.
Of taxation. Una, revenue. Buwis ang pinanggagalingan ng pondo para sa mga proyekto. Halimbawa, sa panahon ng pandemic, year 2020 to 2021, ginagamit ang buwis para pondohan ng ayuda at vaccine rollout programs. Pangalawa, redistribution. Nililipat ang yaman mula sa mayayaman patungo sa mahihirap. Halimbawa, 4-piece program na pinondohan ng gobyerno gamit ang collective taxes para tulungan ang low-income families. Pangatlo, repricing. Buwis bilang paraan para pigilan ang mga hindi ka nais-nais na gawi. Halimbawa, excise tax sa sigarilyo at sugary drinks. Train law para pigilan ang unhealthy lifestyle. Pang-apat, representation. Dahil nagbabayad tayo ng buwis, may karapatan tayong humiling ng transparency at serbisyo mula sa gobyerno. Halimbawa, calls for accountability sa paggamit ng pandemic funds noong 2021 to 2022.
7160. Local Government Taxation. Nasa Book 2 ng Local Government Code ang lahat ng tungkol sa lokal na pagbubuwis, real property tax, share sa national tax, local budgeting at iba pa. Fundamental principles ng LGU tax powers. Una, dapat pantay at makatarungan ang buwis. Pangalawa, batay sa kakayahan ng tao magbayad. Pangatlo, dapat para lang sa pampublikong layunin. Halimbawa nito, noong 2023, maraming LGUs ang nagbigay ng real property tax discount sa mga senior citizens at small businesses bilang tulong mula sa epekto ng inflation.
Revenue raising powers of LGUs. Una, service fee and charges. Halimbawa, year 2021, bayad sa pagproseso ng travel pass or health clearance during COVID restrictions. Pangalawa, public utility charges. Halimbawa, year 2022, LGU-owned water districts na nagtaas ng kaunting singil para pondohan ng bagong water filtration system. Pangatlo, toll fees or charges. Halimbawa, year 2024, pagkolekta ng toll fee sa bagong LGU-funded road project sa isang probinsya, pero exempted ang senior citizens at PWDs. Summary example, year 2020 to 2025. Excise tax of fuel. Isa sa pinaka-epekto ng buwis sa pang-araw-araw ay ang excise tax sa gasolina. Noong 2022 to 2023, tumaas ang presyo ng krudo dahil sa global crisis, pero nanatili ang buwis sa fuel. Marami ang nananawagan na suspendihin muna ito. Ginamit ng gobyerno ang kinita sa buwis na ito para pondohan ng ayuda sa jeepney drivers at iba pang transport workers.
Raising powers of local government in province. Una, tax on transfer of real property ownership. Pag nagbenta, nagdonate o naglipat ka ng lupa or building, may tax na kailangang bayaran based sa market value or selling price. Halimbawa, nagmana si Ana ng lupa sa Batangas. Kailangan niyang bayaran ang transfer tax bago mailipat sa pangalan niya. Pangalawa, printing and publication tax. Tax ito sa mga negosyong gumagawa ng printed materials tulad ng flyers, posters at books. Halimbawa, may printing shop si Kuya Ron sa province, kaya kailangan niyang bayaran ang publication tax yearly. Pangatlo, franchise tax. Tax para sa mga business na may franchise tulad ng cable companies or water districts. Halimbawa nito ay ang local cable provider sa Laguna may binabayarang franchise tax sa provincial government. Pang-apat, sand and gravel tax. Kung nag-i-extract ka ng bato, buhangin o graba sa isang lugar, may tax na babayaran depende sa dami at market value. Halimbawa nito, yung constructions company na kumukuha ng buhangin sa ilog ng Pangasinan, kailangang magbayad ng sand and gravel tax. Professional tax. Lahat ng licensed professionals gaya ng engineers, doctors, or CPAs na nagpa-practice, kailangang magbayad nito sa province. Halimbawa, si Doc Reyes nag-renew ng professional tax sa Provincial Hall sa halagang 300 pesos. Pang-anim, amusement tax. Tax sa mga sinihan, concerts at boxing events. Halimbawa, may concert sa Provincial Stadium kaya may amusement tax na nakolekta sa ticket sales. Last, annual fixed tax. Tax ito sa delivery trucks na nagdadala ng specific products tulad ng alak at soft drinks. Halimbawa, may delivery van si Mang Tonyo para sa soft drinks, kaya may annual fixed tax siya na 500.
Una, business tax. Lahat ng uri ng negosyo gaya ng tindahan, pabrika, contractors, banks at iba pa, kailangan magbayad ng business tax. Halimbawa, si Aling Nina may sari-sari store, kaya yearly siya nagbabayad ng business tax sa munisipyo. Pangalawa, fees and charges. Iba't ibang permits and licenses gaya ng sanitation fee, barangay clearance at iba pa. Halimbawa, bago makakuha ng business permit, kailangan muna bayaran ang mga fees sa municipality. Pangatlo, fishery fees rental. Para sa paggamit ng municipal waters for fishing or aquaculture. Halimbawa, may bangka si Mang Cardo at nagbabayad siya ng rental fee para sa fishery privilege. Pang-apat, fees for sealing and weights and measure. Tax para sa tamang pagsukat ng timbangan sa mga tindahan. Halimbawa, pinasil ni Aling Mila ang timbangan niya, may maliit na bayad ito sa munisipyo. Panglima, barangay tax. Tax sa mga small stores na kumikita ng 30,000 municipality o 50,000 city pababa. Halimbawa, yung tindahan ni Lola sa barangay, maliit lang ang kita, kaya barangay tax lang ang binabayaran.
Approval and effectivity of tax ordinance. Mandatory public hearing. Una, dapat may public hearing muna. Pangalawa, pwede i-appeal sa Secretary of Justice within 30 days kung may tanong sa legality. Pangatlo, kung walang action si SOG sa loob ng 60 days, pwede na sa korte. Pang-apat, publication ng ordinance sa newspaper at mga public places for 3 days.
Exemptions in the Philippines. Tax exemptions are limited to those granted by law. However, no law granted any tax exemption shall be passed without the concurrence of a majority of all the members of the Congress. The following are exempted to tax as stated in the Article 283 of Rules and Regulation Implementing Local Government Code of 1991, Republic Act 7160, Copyright 2008. A. Local water districts. B. Cooperatives duly registered under Republic Act 6938, otherwise known as a Cooperative Code of the Philippines. C. Non-stock and non-profit hospitals and educational institutions. D. Business enterprise certified by the Board of Investments as pioneer or non-pioneer for a period of 6 and 4 years respectively from the date of registration. E. Business entity, association, or cooperative registered under Republic Act 6810, and F. Printer and or publisher of books or other reading materials prescribed by 11 decks of school texts or references, insofar as receipts from the printing and or publishing thereof are concerned. Tax exemptions in the Philippines. Exemptions on community tax. 1. Diplomatic and consular representatives, and 2. Transient visitors when their stay in the Philippines does not exceed 3 months. Republic Act No. 9504, an act amending Section 22, 24, 34, 35, 51, and 79 of Republic Act 8424. As amended, otherwise known as the National Internal Revenue Code of 1987. This new law came into law on June 17, 2008, will exempt minimum wage earners from paying income tax, increasing tax exemption for our earners and additional exemptions for individuals with dependents, children.
Context. Una, Old Egypt. Cooking oil tax. Sa ancient Egypt, may buwis sa cooking oil, yung mga scribbles or tax collectors, sinicheck bahay-bahay para siguraduhin hindi umiwas sa buwis. Halimbawa, sa Pinas parang BIR ngayon na nag-o-audit ng mga negosyo para masiguradong tama ang taxes at walang dayaan, especially sa mga products like oil or fuel. Pangalawa, ancient Greece. War tax at tax sa foreigners. Tuwing may gyera, nagtatax ang Athens para may panggastos. Tapos kapag tapos na ang emergency, binabalik nila ang sobra. May buwanang buwis din sa foreigners. Halimbawa, sa Pinas, parang pandemic funds na tinax at hiniram ng gobyerno. People now ask transparency kung saan napunta ang pera. Gaya ng pagbabalik tax noon sa Greece. May mga foreign workers din sa Pinas na may tax requirements. Pangatlo, Roman Empire, inheritance tax at local tax collection. Si Caesar Augustus nag-ayos ng sistema, cities na mismo ang nagko-collect ng tax at nagkaroon din ng buwis sa mga mana para sa pensyon ng sundalo. Halimbawa, sa Pinas, parang sa atin dito, may state tax kapag may namatay at LGU na ang nagko-collect ng business at property tax katulad ng ginawa sa Rome. Pang-apat, Philippines, Spanish period, tribute, bandala, and cedula. Noong panahon ng Kastila, pinapabayad ang mga Indio ng buwis sa kahit anong paraan. Tinawag na buwis o sedula. Meron ding bandala kung saan sa pilitang binibili ng gobyerno ang mga produkto ng tao. Halimbawa, hanggang ngayon, may community tax certificate or sedula pa rin. Ang ilang farmers din ay nalulugi kapag pinipilit ibenta ang produkto nila sa pinakamababang presyo.
Issues and trends. Una, tax compliance. Marami pa ring Pilipino ang hindi sumusunod sa tamang pagbabayad ng buwis. Halimbawa, may mga negosyo na hindi nagre-rehistro kaya hindi rin sila nagbabayad ng tamang buwis. Dahil dito, nababawasan ang kita ng LGU. Pangalawa, property tax system. Malaking kita sana nakukuha ng LGU sa buwis sa lupa. Pero luma at hindi efficient ang sistema. Hindi updated ang value ng properties kaya minsan sobra o kulang ang buwis sa sinisingil. Pangatlo, modernization ng assessment. Gusto ng gobyerno na gamitin ang teknolohiya para mas mapabilis at mapatama ang property assessment. Kailangan ng standardized at digital na proseso. Pang-apat, revenue sharing and fiscal autonomy, LGUs. Ngayon ay humihiling ng mas malaking parte sa national taxes. Gusto nila ng mas maraming pondo para mas makapagpapatupad sila ng lokal na programa at serbisyo.
This or example. First example, the city of Davao was implemented a taxpayer education and information campaign to raise awareness among SMEs about their tax obligation and the benefits of compliance. This has resulted in a notable increase in tax registration and compliance rates. Second example, the city of Baguio has implemented a computer-aided mass appraisal or CAMA system to improve the accuracy and efficiency of property tax assessment. This system utilizes GIS technology and up-to-date market data to generate more accurate property evaluation. And last, the province of Negros Oriental has partnered with the Asian Development Bank to implement a local governance reform project that aims to modernize property tax assessment procedure. This project includes training for local assessors, development of real property information systems, and integration of GIS technology.
Challenges and problems. Una, tax evasion and non-compliance. Maraming individual at negosyo ang umiiwas sa buwis. Dahil dito, nalulugi ang LGUs at hindi natutugunan ang pangailangan ng komunidad. Pangalawa, outdated property tax system. Luma na ang ginagamit na paraan para sa assessment ng property kaya hindi accurate ang valuation. Resulta nito ay hindi patas na buwis. Pangatlo, fiscal autonomy and revenue sharing. Hirap ang LGUs dahil kulang ang kontrol nila sa sariling pondo. Umaasa pa rin sila sa national government. Pang-apat, inefficient tax collection. Marami pa ring LGUs ang walang access sa modernong teknolohiya. Mabagal ang proseso ng pagkolekta, prone sa errors at nakakabawas sa kita. Panglima, public perception and trust. Mababa ang tiwala ng publiko sa tax system. Iniisip ng ilan na kurakot ang mga naikinabang kaya ayaw nilang magbayad ng buwis.
Solutions and recommendations. Una, strengthening enforcement. Dagdagan ang mga tauhan at gamitin ng data analytics para malaman kung sino ang hindi nagbabayad ng buwis at magpatupad din ng regular na audit. Pangalawa, implement e-taxation systems. Mag-set up ng online tax payment at filing systems para mas madali at convenient sa taxpayers. Pangatlo, intergovernmental coordinations. Magtulungan ang national at local government para iisa ang patakaran at mas efficient ang collection. At panghuli, invest in technology infrastructures. Bigyan ng sapat na pondo ang LGUs para makabili ng computers, softwares at iba pang digital tools.
Conclusion, mahalaga ang ginagampanan ng taxation sa ating gobyerno. Dahil sa taxation, nagkakaroon tayo ng proyekto sa edukasyon, kalusugan, social welfare at iba pa. Pinapalakas nito ang ekonomiya ng ating gobyerno. Ito ang nagsisilbing pundasyon ng gobyerno upang mas mapalakas ang istruktura nito, bukod pa ang mga tao. And we are hoping that you've learned from our discussion. That's all and goodbye.